Remember that movie, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? Kate Hudson's character did everything wrong on purpose. She was clingy, dramatic, and named his Love Fern. It was hilarious because it was a masterclass in what not to do. But in real life, it's not always so clear. You meet a great guy, the chemistry's there, you're smart, you're successful, you have your life together, but then that little voice of anxiety creeps in. Am I texting too much? Too little? Did I say the wrong thing? Is he losing interest? Suddenly, you feel like you're walking a tightrope and one wrong move could send the whole thing crashing down. Well, what if I told you the secret to keeping a great guy has nothing to do with rules, games, or pretending to be someone you're not? What if it's about becoming magnetic simply by being a secure, authentic partner? If you've ever felt that flicker of dating anxiety, if you're tired of second-guessing yourself, and you're ready to build something real, then you are in exactly the right place. This video is for you. It's for the woman in her 30s, or any age really, who has outgrown the drama and wants a connection that lasts. We're solving the problem of dating uncertainty by replacing anxiety with confidence. The change this video will create? We're shifting your focus from how do I get him to like me to how do we build a healthy, amazing connection together? It's a game changer. And why should you trust me? Because we're not using advice from a 90s magazine. Every single strategy we'll discuss today is backed by decades of psychological research from pioneers like Dr. John Gottman and insights from attachment theory. This is the science of connection, made simple. So, if you're ready to ditch the dating games for good, hit that subscribe button right now. Join our community of people building a better relationships. You won't want to miss what's coming. And as you're listening, I have a question for you. What's the single worst piece of dating advice you've ever received? Drop it in the comments below. I have a feeling we're going to see some wild ones. Stick around until the very end because I'm going to share the one single mindset shift that acts as the master key to all of these principles, making them feel effortless. It's the secret sauce and you don't want to miss it. Let's dive in. The fortress of us, building emotional safety. All right, let's start with the absolute bedrock of any lasting relationship, emotional safety. Think of it as the secure fortress you build together. Inside, you can be vulnerable, messy, and totally yourself without fear of being judged or abandoned. Outside the walls, that's where relationships crumble. Famed psychologist Dr. John Gottman can predict with over 90% accuracy whether a couple will divorce, often just by watching them argue for a few minutes. And the number one predictor of failure is a lack of emotional safety. So how do we build this fortress? First, become a master listener. I don't mean just waiting for your turn to talk, I mean active listening. When he's talking about his stressful day at work, put your phone down, turn towards him, and really hear him out. A simple, wow, that sounds really frustrating, is more powerful than 1,000 pieces of unsolicited advice. It tells him, I'm with you in this. Second, dare to be vulnerable. Being in your 30s often means you both come with a bit of, well, baggage, past hurts, insecurities. The temptation is to hide it. But true connection happens when you share a piece of your authentic self. Not dumping all your trauma on date 3, but gently opening up. Saying something like, I sometimes get a little anxious when plans change last minute. It's something I'm working on, is incredibly powerful. It's real, and real is magnetic. Finally, you must avoid what Gottman calls the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse: criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. Instead of criticism like, you never plan any dates, try a gentle approach. I'd love it if we could plan something special together this weekend. Instead of defensiveness, take a breath. If he says, I felt like you weren't listening to me, your first instinct might be to say, yes, I was. Try this. You're right. I was distracted. Tell me again. I'm listening now. Building this fortress takes time, but it's the only foundation that will last. The oxygen mask rule, your autonomy is hot. You know the safety briefing on an airplane. Put on your own oxygen mask before helping others. This isn't just good advice for surviving a nosedive at 30,000 feet, it's a core principle of a healthy relationship. In psychological terms, this is about maintaining autonomy while fostering connection. In simpler terms, don't be clingy. A confident, emotionally mature man isn't looking for a woman to complete him. He's looking for a woman who is already whole. Your passions, your friendships, your career, your solo hike on a Saturday morning, that's not a threat to the relationship. That's what makes you interesting. That's what made him attracted to you in the first place. So, encourage his independence. When he wants a night out with his buddies, don't just tolerate it, genuinely support it. Have the best night. You deserve a fun night out. This shows you trust him and respect his need for his own space. It scrims confidence. And while he's out, what are you doing? You're not sitting by the phone waiting. You're living your full, vibrant life. You're at your pottery class, having dinner with your friends, or finally finishing that book. A common trap is excessive reassurance seeking. Constantly asking, "Are we okay?" or "Do you still like me?" can feel like a heavy weight to the other person. It comes from a place of insecurity. The antidote? Build your own self-worth. When you feel secure in yourself, you won't need constant validation from him. And paradoxically, that self-reliance is what will make him want to be around you even more. Remember, two interesting whole people coming together is a power couple. One person trying to merge into the other, that's a recipe for resentment. The 5-to-1 magic ratio. And no, it's not about cocktails. Okay, let's get a little scientific, but I promise it's easy. Dr. Gottman discovered a magic ratio that separates the relationship masters from the disasters. For every one negative interaction a couple has, a stable and happy couple has 5 or more positive interactions. Let's write that down. A ratio of positive to negative interactions. In your 30s, life is full of stressors. Work deadlines, bills, family pressures. It's easy to let the negative interactions stack up. The traffic was bad, you had a disagreement about where to eat, he left his socks on the floor again. This is where you become a relationship architect. You have to intentionally build positive experiences to keep that ratio healthy. And it's easier than you think. It's not about grand romantic gestures, it's about the small, everyday moments. Express gratitude. A simple, "Hey, thanks so much for grabbing coffee this morning," sends a powerful message of appreciation. Give a specific compliment. Not just, "You look nice." Try, "I really admire the way you handled that difficult conversation with your boss. You were so calm and articulate." Share a laugh. Send him a funny meme you know he'll love. Watch a comedy together. Humor is social glue. Non-sexual touch? A hug when he walks in the door, holding hands while you walk, a hand on his back as you pass by. These small acts release oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Think of it like a bank account. Every positive interaction is a deposit. Every negative one is a withdrawal. You want to make sure your emotional bank account is always overflowing. Ditch the script, the end of game playing. We've all heard them, the games. Wait 3 days to text him back. Make him jealous to see if he cares. Act busy even when you're not. Can we all agree to just stop? In your 30s, emotional maturity is the new sexy, and mature, secure men are not interested in playing games. They're interested in authenticity. Game playing is rooted in fear. Fear of rejection, fear of being vulnerable. So let's flip the script. Instead of manipulation, we're going to use clear, direct communication. Instead of ignoring his text to test him, if you want to hear from him more, try saying this. "Hey, I know we're both busy, but I really love getting a quick text from you during the day. It makes me feel connected." See that? No accusation, just a clear expression of your needs. Instead of dropping hints that you're upset, use your words. Don't give him the silent treatment because you forgot to take out the trash. Say, "I feel frustrated when I have to handle the trash every time. Can we make a plan to share that chore?" And please avoid ultimatums, especially early on. Trying to force a commitment or a label before he's ready is like trying to pull a plant out of the ground to make it grow faster. You'll just damage the roots. A healthy relationship unfolds. It isn't forced. Being direct and honest might feel scary at first, but it builds one of the most important things in a relationship: trust. A man can't trust a woman who plays games, but he can trust, respect, and fall for a woman who is brave enough to be real. The slow burn. Building intimacy that lasts. In a world of instant gratification, we've been conditioned to want everything now. The perfect job, the perfect body, the perfect relationship. But the strongest, most passionate, and most enduring connections aren't microwaved. They're a slow burn.
This applies to both physical and emotional intimacy. Let's talk about emotional intimacy first. This is the getting to know you part, but on a much deeper level. It's built by sharing meaningful experiences and conversations. Ask big questions. What's a moment in your life that you're incredibly proud of? What's a dream you have that you've never told anyone? What does a happy life look like to you in 10 years? These conversations create a bond that goes far beyond surface-level attraction. Research consistently shows that emotional connection is a far greater predictor of long-term relationship satisfaction than initial physical chemistry. When it comes to physical intimacy, it's crucial to respect the pace. Everyone's timeline is different. Pushing for physical milestones too quickly can sometimes short-circuit the emotional bonding process. Focus on building that non-sexual touch we talked about earlier. Let the anticipation and connection build naturally. And what about the future? The big topics, marriage, kids, life goals. In your 30s, these are real considerations. But there's a difference between alignment and pressure. You can gauge alignment casually. I'd love to live by the coast someday. What about you? Or family is really important to me. These are conversation starters, not interrogations. Be honest about what you want, but deliver it as a sharing of your truth, not a demand on his. For example, for me, I'm at a point in my life where I'm dating with the intention of finding a long-term partner. I just wanted to be open about that. This is confident and clear, not desperate or demanding. Let the relationship simmer. A slow burn creates a fire that lasts a lifetime. A flash in the pan just fizzles out. The master key and your next chapter. We've covered a lot. Building emotional safety, respecting autonomy, using the 5-to-1 ratio, ditching the games, and embracing the slow burn. These are the powerful science-backed tools for building a relationship that doesn't just survive, but thrive. Now, as promised, I want to give you the master key, the one mindset shift that unlocks all of this and makes it feel natural. Are you ready? Here it is. Date from a place of abundance, not scarcity. When you operate from a scarcity mindset, you believe there are limited good partners out there and you have to cling tightly to this one or you'll end up alone. This fear is what fuels clinginess, game playing, and anxiety. But when you operate from a mindset of abundance, you know your own worth. You know that you are a whole, amazing person on your own. You believe that a great relationship is a wonderful addition to your already fantastic life, not the source of your happiness. You know that if this relationship doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world because you will be okay. You are enough. When you truly embody this, everything changes. You stop being afraid to speak your truth. You stop needing constant reassurance. You give him space because you love having your own. You build connection because it feels good, not because you're afraid of losing him. You become the secure, confident, magnetic woman that a healthy and mature partner is searching for. So my final question for you today is this. Which one of these strategies resonated with you the most? And is there one you want to start practicing today? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and your stories help this entire community grow. If this video gave you even one aha moment, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with a friend who might need to hear this today. Let's spread the word that healthy, happy love is possible for everyone. Thank you for spending this time with me. Now go out there and build something beautiful.